I am here at another rental. I'm Ronald Paulius, entrepreneur. I was a school bus driver a couple years ago and a high school teacher, and I jumped all into real estate and working. And so here I am walking a deal that I purchased. You will get some B-roll of how it looked before. But what do you do when the city gets involved? A lot of people don't realize that one of the things that can blow up a deal is how long it takes you to execute and finish your renovations. So as you can see, we're converting this once was a garage into a living quarter, and we're also converting this. So it's a 2-car garage. It already had the wall here. This actually was already a finished conversion, but it was not the best job because as you can see, there's mold on the bottom there. So there's mold there. They didn't have proper flashing and stuff. What happened on this one was I started renovations on this. This was only supposed to be 2 weeks. It was a light renovation, 1 week for the outside and then 1 week for the inside. But what happened was somebody called the city and reported me. So what was supposed to be 2 weeks is now going on my 3rd month. It took me just about a month to figure out what the city wanted. They wanted plans, and what I sent wasn't good and wasn't right, and it wasn't the right level, and I needed dimensions for the room. So finally spoke to my assistant. I said, hey, can you just figure this out? And he really did. He did an awesome job. Shout out to Daniel. He ended up using AI, which, guys, leverage AI whenever you can. Leveraged it and figured it all out and got it going. I got a new HVAC system on this whole beauty right here. So that's the furnace. And then this is the HVAC, as you can see. And so I was working with my HVAC guy, and he was referred to me by another investor. And so got it going, got the HVAC going, boom, boom, boom. Well, I called the city to get the heat turned on, and the city's there, and he's looking at the HVAC and says, this isn't up to code. I can't turn this on. It's like, what? Called my HVAC guy's like, yo, what's happening here? I paid almost $10,000 to get me a whole new HVAC system. How is this not up to code? And he said, oh, we ended up using a friend or not a friend, a family person's work crew, and they're lazy, and this is, so I had to have a hard conversation. People are afraid to have hard conversations. Hard conversations save you money. Write that down. Hard conversations save you money, headache, time, and they can save relationships. So I flat out said, hey, I don't mind paying for quality. I don't mind paying top dollar, but I gotta get quality when I pay. I'm not paying almost 10K for an HVAC system and it's not up to code. I just can't have that. So he came, he apologized and said, man, and I said, I don't mind working with you again, because I initially was not gonna work with him and just be done. I was not gonna say anything, just last job, won't hear from me again. But I said, let me approach this. This is a growing period. Let me approach this. And I did. And he said, yeah, you know what? Sorry, won't use that crew on your houses again. Because I told him, I don't mind paying top quality. I don't want those crews on my houses. I want it up to code. You figure it out. If you're the one that gotta do it, that's fine with me. I don't mind paying top quality. So he said, yeah. So he got it up to code. And as you can see here, we got that approval, but mechanical installation approved 12/18/25. So the city has really slowed this down, but this is the other lesson I'm learning from this. You got to reach out yourself. I spoke to investors and they said, oh, the city gives you trouble and they're a pain and this and that. And one person could get you to open up all your walls for them to see stuff, which is true. But I called myself, and the building inspector I'm working with is actually a pretty cool guy. Got a newborn kid just like I do. He laughed it up, joked with me, and was just like, yeah, man, just do what you gotta do. This is what we're looking for. Had an inspection, didn't pass because we didn't have flashing in certain places. We had the wrong place anchored. So he just said, yeah, this is a consultation. This is what we are looking for. This is what we need to be up to code. We need flashing here because it actually helps you. The water prevents molding, which I have molding here. Remember, this was already pre-converted, which tells me he said this, they didn't flash it correctly the first time, and he doesn't know how that got approved. So it actually helps. And so we're working through the process, gonna get this inspected in a 3-month project. Hopefully we'll be done in the next few weeks. But let me show you the rest of the house here. Just realized that side is locked, but let me show you the rest of the house. So here's the walkthrough. This was on unwalkable. There was hordes, and I would try to get some B-roll, hordes and hordes of junk here. And so it's unwalkable, and we're working out. We did a thing where the seller I was able to close because this was going up for auction here. So I was able to close, prevent the auction, help the seller out. In doing so, I also said, because she needed some time to also unload stuff. So let her get that. It bit me on the back end because I would have been done with renovations in 2 weeks. This held me up. Then I got reported, and that held me up even more. So it didn't really help in the long run. That's a lesson learned. I'm gonna put other clauses in the contract that protects me so that I'm not in a situation like this where I have someone else's property in my property. But we're gonna renovate this, make this a rental, provide good housing for a family. This is unwalkable, so they're doing a fantastic job. As you can see, guys, that's how good this painting is. But I probably will, because smells are usually absorbed in the painting. But new flooring, gonna get rid of this carpet and put some, actually just realized there's tile. This is all tile right here. I might just get the carpet clean. No, I think I might have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to do LVP. Yeah, I'm looking at it. There's dog food all right there. Is that dog food or is that? Yeah, that's dog food, thankfully. I'm gonna have to do LVP, but Home Depot brand flooring here. Keep the tile, just really clean it, because I actually like tile. It's good for rentals if it's already in there. Get this all cleaned and keep the tile. I'm realizing, guys, it's just the living room and the living spaces that have carpet. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna do LVP in those spaces and then get the popcorn off the ceiling, and man, we're good to go. But the good thing on this is I bought it deep enough to where I'm okay. I got enough space, enough margin on this. And the holding cost is killing me because remember, it's supposed to be 2 weeks. Now it's 3 months, and it probably will be 4 months all into this. That's 3 months of $1,200 that I didn't have to spend, that I'm gonna have to end up spending, which is totally fine. It all worked out, and pushing forward on this. So this is gonna look really nice when it's all said and done. Gonna get the cabinets painted, gonna change up some, gonna have to get a new stove, but gonna look nice. It looks scary now. There's no bed bugs and there's no inside. We're good.